clear roadmap on how to achieve a livable future in an era of climate change can be found in the recently released IPCC's Synthesis Report, as it puts together findings from all the major IPCC reports since 2018. And in this video, I'll try to summarize the report in just a few minutes.
Dear friends, humanity is on thin ice, and that ice is melting fast. Concentrations of carbon dioxide are at their highest in 2 million years. The climate time bomb is ticking.
Despite all the progress in climate mitigation policies and legislations, it is likely that warming will exceed 1.5 degrees Celsius during the 21st century. In fact, there is a 50% chance that we will surpass 1.5 degrees by 2040, resulting in climate impacts on both people and ecosystems that are more widespread and more severe with every fraction of a degree of warming. The intensity and frequency of extreme weather events will increase, whilst the CO2 absorption by land and ocean will decrease. And we have already reached some irreversible tipping points, such as the loss of Greenland and West Antarctic ice sheets. At the beginning of this decade, we had a carbon budget of around 500 gigatons if we wanted a 50% chance of limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial times. But unfortunately, based on current rates of emissions, this carbon budget that was set for the world is likely to be depleted very soon. This synthesis report highlights the economic losses that have happened due to climate change and emphasizes the need to reshape our financial systems for a more equitable world. There's a huge adaptation gap which will just continue to grow if no action is taken, resulting in lower income groups being left to suffer the most. And just to put the concept of widespread carbon inequality into perspective, around 35% of the global population live in countries emitting more than 9 tons of CO2 per capita, and around 41% live in countries emitting less than 3 tons of CO2 per capita. And even though developed countries have committed to jointly mobilize $100 million in climate finance annually to provide a more equitable playing field, the funds needed for adaptation at this point of time are insufficient. There's a lot of work being done on carbon dioxide removal technologies, and even though theoretically, if we blow past 1.5 degrees, or should I say when we blow past 1.5 degrees, we could use CDR technologies to bring down global temperatures. But it is highly impractical because CDR technologies come with a lot of feasibility and sustainability concerns, and they are also untested at scale. However, with that being said, there are a lot of feasible alternatives in the market available for us, like solar energy, wind energy, electrification of urban systems, which are technically viable, are becoming increasingly cost-effective, and are generally supported by the public. Ultimately, we need systematic change across all economic sectors to reduce emissions on a sustained basis. But if all works perfectly, we are not only looking at a more climate-resilient world, but also improvements in air quality, increase in employment, a significant boost in healthcare, equity for lower income communities, as well as a public and private sector that are more aware and climate literate. As you can tell, the synthesis report has nothing new to reveal, but it is extremely important because it's the most comprehensive data that we have on climate change. And only when we use this as a blueprint is when we can make significant progress to reach our global targets in this rapidly closing window of opportunity to secure a livable and sustainable future.